Yesterday, Senator Dick Durbin, who is known by about maybe 5 people outside of Illinois, uh, called for Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen to resign over the zero tolerance policy in regards to immigration that's seen families be separated. And he became one of, I think, 5 Democrats in the Senate to call for her to resign in the past several months or in the past year, depending on whenever she took office. It was roughly last year, late last year. But anyway, I'm not talking about this to endorse the immigration policy or to endorse her resigning. I'm talking about it because I think a lot of people will see this and just kind of brush it by. Like, I think at most this video will get probably maybe 20 or 30 views. But it should get more than that, and this story should get more attention because I want you to understand how this is perfect in displaying a lack of logic that is purposeful, by the way. So, you don't like the administration's immigration policy. And so you call on the secretary of that Department of Homeland Security to resign. Now, let's pretend she decides to give in to these 5 Democrats and resigns. Trump will obviously appoint somebody else or nominate somebody else, and then they'll take office. It could be 1 or 2 people at most. What do you think they're going to do upon taking office after this other person, Nielsen, resigns? Are they going to suddenly be so scared to carry out Trump's order because a couple of Democrats in the Senate don't like me? Or are they going to say, screw those few Democrats, I'm going to do this so I can keep my job? And what kills me is that each of these senators, because I know who they are, one of them is mine, Harris, are familiar with this pattern. You get rid of one person that's horrible in office, they get replaced by somebody that's just as bad, and that's usually the direct result of them being appointed or nominated by the same individual and the same group of people. So you don't really see an improvement other than, a change of name, and that's about it. But they know this is the case. They know that if you get rid of her, it's just going to be someone that takes over who does the exact same thing so long as Trump is in office. And yet they get these brownie points from, liberals because they are able to trick them into thinking, oh, they're taking the stand. They're totally against the horrible system. I mean, for goodness sake, you had Harris, when asked point blank, should ICE exist? She said yes. And now I'm supposed to believe that she's so outraged by the immigration policy that she demands for the Homeland Security Secretary to be gotten rid of at this moment. I'm supposed to believe someone that said, I want this agency that serves no purpose that we couldn't just have the regular police officers do to stay. And yet a few weeks later, oh no, we have to get rid of the top dog on Homeland Security. We have to remove them. Screw the fact that it's going to completely be the exact same no matter who gets in there while Trump is in office. No, I'm so disgusted by this. You really believe that? This is clearly a tactic by each of these Democrats to appeal to their party and its members that are not going to sit back and think critically about how ridiculous it is to call for her to resign. And it's really sad whenever you apply criticism to this pattern. You say this is not going to work because of X, Y, and Z. People accuse you of being a patsy or some fan of the other person. I am far from liking anything Trump's done since being in office, other than being against NAFTA. But nonetheless, I'm not a fan of either side. What I am saying is I am opposed to playing this game where you say something and then that can actually happen, just so a couple of people will be happy. So that's my opinion on it.